Coca-Cola, or Coke, is a carbonated soft drink manufactured by the Coca-Cola Company. Originally marketed as a temperance drink and intended as a patent medicine, it was invented in the late 19th century by John Stith Pemberton and was bought out by businessman Asa Griggs Candler, whose marketing tactics led Coca-Cola to its dominance of the world soft drink market throughout the 20th century. 1. The drink's name refers to two of its original ingredients, coca leaves, and kola nuts, a source of caffeine. The current formula of Coca-Cola remains a trade secret, although a variety of reported recipes and experimental recreations have been published. The Coca-Cola Company produces concentrate, which is then sold to licensed Coca-Cola bottlers throughout the world. The bottlers, who hold exclusive territory contracts with the company, produce the finished product in cans and bottles from the concentrate, in combination with filtered water and sweeteners. A typical 12 U.S. fluid ounce, 350 milliliters, can contains 38 grams, 1.3 ounces, of sugar, usually in the form of high fructose corn syrup. The bottlers then sell, distribute, and merchandise Coca-Cola to retail stores, restaurants, and vending machines throughout the world. The Coca-Cola Company also sells concentrate for soda fountains of major restaurants and food service distributors. The Coca-Cola Company has on occasion introduced other cola drinks under the Coke name. The most common of these is Diet Coke, along with others including caffeine-free Coca-Cola, Diet Coke caffeine-free, Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, Coca-Cola Cherry, Coca-Cola Vanilla, and special versions with lemon, lime, and coffee. Based on Interbrand's Best Global Brand Study of 2015, Coca-Cola was the world's third most valuable brand, after Apple and Google. 2. In 2013, Coke products were sold in over 200 countries worldwide, with consumers drinking more than 1.8 billion company beverage servings each day. 3. Coca-Cola ranked number 87 in the 2018 Fortune 500 list of the largest United States corporations by total revenue. 4. Confederate Colonel John Pemberton, who was wounded in the American Civil War and became addicted to morphine, began a quest to find a substitute for the problematic drug. 6. In 1885 at Pemberton's Eagle Drug and Chemical House, a drugstore in Columbus, Georgia, he registered Pemberton's French wine Coca Nerve Tonic. 7, 8, 9, 10. Pemberton's tonic may have been inspired by the formidable success of Vin Mariani, a French Corsican coca wine. 11. But his recipe additionally included the African kola nut, the beverage's source of caffeine. 12. It is also worth noting that a Spanish drink called Cola Coca was presented at a contest in Philadelphia in 1885, a year before the official birth of Coca-Cola. The rights for this Spanish drink were bought by Coca-Cola in 1953. 13. In 1886, when Atlanta and Fulton County passed prohibition legislation, Pemberton responded by developing Coca-Cola, a non-alcoholic version of Pemberton's French wine Coca. 14. It was marketed as Coca-Cola, the temperance drink, which appealed to many people as the temperance movement enjoyed wide support during this time. 1. The first sales were at the Jewish-owned establishment 15, Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta, Georgia, on May 8, 1886. 16. Where it initially sold for 5 cents a glass. 17. Drugstore soda fountains were popular in the United States at the time due to the belief that carbonated water was good for the health. 18. And Pemberton's new drink was marketed and sold as a patent medicine, Pemberton claiming it a cure for many diseases, including morphine addiction, indigestion, nerve disorders, headaches, and impotence. Pemberton ran the first advertisement for the beverage on May 29 of the same year in the Atlanta Journal. 19. By 1888, 3 versions of Coca-Cola, sold by 3 separate businesses, were on the market. A co-partnership had been formed on January 14, 1888, between Pemberton and 4 Atlanta businessmen, J.C. Mayfield, A.O. Murphy, C.O. Mullehy, and E.H. Bloodworth. Not codified by any signed document, a verbal statement given by Asa Candler years later asserted under testimony that he had acquired a stake in Pemberton's company as early as 1887. 20. John Pemberton declared that the name Coca-Cola belonged to his son, Charlie, but the other 2 manufacturers could continue to use the formula. 21. Charlie Pemberton's record of control over the Coca-Cola name was the underlying factor that allowed for him to participate as a major shareholder in the March 1888 Coca-Cola Company Incorporation filing made in his father's place. 22. Charlie's exclusive control over the Coca-Cola name became a continual thorn in Asa Candler's side. Candler's oldest son, Charles Howard Candler, authored a book in 1950 published by Emory University. In this definitive biography about his father, Candler specifically states, on April 14, 1888, the young druggist Asa Griggs Candler purchased a 1/3 interest in the formula of an almost completely unknown proprietary elixir known as Coca-Cola. 23. The deal was actually between John Pemberton's son Charlie and Walker, Candler and Company, with John Pemberton acting as cosigner for his son. For $50 down and $500 in 30 days, Walker, Candler and Company obtained all of the 1/3 interest in the Coca-Cola Company that Charlie held, all while Charlie still held on to the name. After the April 14 deal, on April 17, 1888, one half of the Walker/Dozier interest shares were acquired by Candler for an additional $750. 24. In 1892, Candler set out to incorporate a second company, the Coca-Cola Company, the current corporation. When Candler had the earliest records of the Coca-Cola Company destroyed in 1910, the action was claimed to have been made during a move to new corporation offices around this time. 25. After Candler had gained a better foothold on Coca-Cola in April 1888, he nevertheless was forced to sell the beverage he produced with the recipe he had under the names Yum Yum and Coke. This was while Charlie Pemberton was selling the elixir, although a cruder mixture, under the name Coca-Cola, all with his father's blessing. After both names failed to catch on for Candler, by the middle of 1888, the Atlanta pharmacist was quite anxious to establish a firmer legal claim to Coca-Cola, and hoped he could force his two competitors, Walker and Dozier, completely out of the business, as well. 24. John Pemberton died suddenly on August 16, 1888. Asa Candler then decided to move swiftly forward to attain full control of the entire Coca-Cola